We have an email from Michael Sykes.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Hello, Len, Vincent, missionaries. This weekend, I rewatched Sinners.
Okay.
And noticed something about the food that they serve, which is catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Sykes, I feel like this is like his fourth Sinners email.
It's so much there.
He continues. He noticed how Ryan Coogler used catfish as a symbol in the movie. Catfish and the Smokestack twins, Elijah Smokemore and Elias Stackmore, actually line up in a surprisingly deep, almost poetic way. Catfish are bottom feeders, built to survive in the murkiest, roughest waters, adapting, scavenging, and enduring where other fish wouldn't last. And that's exactly who Smoke and Stack are. Men shaped by war, crime, and the harsh realities of the 30s Mississippi, clawing their way through danger and building something, their juke joint, out of nothing. Catfish are also known for their toughness and resilience, able to live in low oxygen environments most creatures would choke in, just like the brothers navigating racism, violence, and even supernatural horror without folding. And then there's the symbolism. Catfish dwell in the depths, hidden, gritty, a little feared, but deeply rooted in Southern culture, just like Smoke's grounded, protective nature and Stack's more reckless, fast-moving edge. Two different currents in the same dark water. One stays steady and survives with discipline. The other takes risks and gets pulled into something bigger and more dangerous, mirroring how Stack literally gets transformed and loses control while Smoke fights to hold on to his identity. So yeah, Catfish and Smoke and Stack aren't just similar, they represent the same idea. Survival in hostile environments shaped by pressure, getting dragged under. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I would like to hear your thoughts on this. As always, stay true, stay black, and right on, brothers. Love, Michael Sykes.
I mean, I want some catfish.
And some grits.
Yeah, I want some fish and grits. I hadn't thought about the symbolism as much as Michael, but I do think catfish was an apt meal because it was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You could make it a lot like, do you know people who don't eat catfish? You ever meet people who are like, oh, I don't eat catfish?
Nothing I can think of.
Yeah. I know people, particularly from the South, that kind of turn their nose up.
Really?
At catfish because it is a bottom feeder. And it really was like a cheap throwaway. Like growing up, I knew like you know, when catfish came into vogue, I had relatives that were like, oh, I don't do catfish. And you know, just because it was
beneath them.
No, and because it was a bottom feeder. Likewise, because, you know, my people are from Louisiana. I didn't understand shrimp being almost a delicacy. Like, oh, we're going to get some shrimp or like a lot of, because this was stuff.
It was just regular.
Not only was it regular, but it was frankly poor people food. Like, you know, when my relatives would make gumbo, like the gumbo was just stuff you pulled out the water. Like I remember tying up string with chicken backs to get crabs and shrimp literally out the swamp water, and then you kind of cook it. And you know, and it was catfish was the same way. So it was like, you know, it was like, oh, put some shrimp in it, and it was like, oh, is this supposed to be like this is something that people kind of walked in the mud and went and got? So I would say the catfish was appropriate because, I mean, these are people of the earth and the fields and the dirt so, but more importantly, like, you know, I want some fish and grits.
I want some fish and grits. I'm listening to you.
I know.
And all I am just saying.
I know. And like oxtails, which was also a throwaway meat, catfish is so expensive. Why is it so expensive?
Now I want some oxtails and grits. What are you doing, Vincent?
I know.
All right, we got to get
Well, I hope you save some money up. Because ironically, now you're eating in hot cotton.
I know.
Sitting in hot cotton talking
I can make
oxtails and grits.
I don't have any oxtails.
And catfish.
I don't have any oxtail. I don't have no catfish, but I got some grits upstairs.
Ain't nothing wrong with some grits.
Yeah, hey, watch me. All right, we got one last email from Michael Lockett.
Hey, Michael.
Brothers and fellow missionaries, I am pleased to report that as you find the show, my happy ass has made it to some sun and sand in the Caribbean.
Good for you.
I think I'm aging out of winters in the Northeast. Last week's film, Trespass, was a nice little gem because we missed a week.
Yeah.
Was a nice little gem that I forgot about. Even though some of it is dated, it is a solid story and performances by everyone involved. Outside of his John Singleton early work and, of course, Friday, this may be Ice Cube's best early work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only real drawback I can see with this film is that certain elements date it, like the cell phones.
Yeah.
But even with that, the story, plot, acting, and directing are all really great. Len, again, thanks for giving us a little backstory on the script's creation. It makes the review and the final product make so much more sense. The Wayback Machine dropped me with you two as you critique Mahogany. This film falls short as a great black love story. When Len described the film as a Barry Gordy Hail Mary, I was rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Spot on take, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us think Motown has always been on the rise, and the historical background you two provided really clues us in on how times were lean and mistakes were made. This is the first time I've seen it and felt a little sad watching it. Not because of the tragedy getting played out, but rather because the quality left a lot to be desired. That is true. Do you think Mahogany is worth a remake?
No, because I think it's lightning in a bottle. I maintain the magic of Mahogany, regardless of how much I agree with you about the overall quality of the film. I think the magic of Mahogany is the chemistry between Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams. And you know, I really do think, I mean, I said it. I think Billy D. Williams is actually in awe of Diana Ross and her Diana Rossness. And I think Diana Ross is tickled that this pretty pony loves her. And that synergy between them in this and in Lady Sings the Blues, I think it what makes it something we still talk about. But when you take Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross out, it just becomes something lesser.
I don't know who the stars would be, but I think that there is an opportunity, personally, I think there is an opportunity to remake something like Mahogany. Primarily because I get the sense that Diana Ross, as well as probably Barry Gordy, with this production, had the idea of this being this very sweeping romance, you know, that takes place in you know, these grand locations, you know, and with this beautiful cinematography and you know, the fashion of it all. I think they really they intend for it to be this grand thing that it tries to be, but ultimately, like I said, it fails. But I do think that there is the opportunity for there to be something like that made. Who would star in it? I don't know, because to your point, I think this did come at a moment where Diana Ross was breaking away from the Supremes, becoming more solidly not just a solo performer, but a star. You know, making her mark
and she's an icon at this point.
And she's already
right.
An
like
icon.
At the end of the Supremes, Diana Ross is an icon.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you do have the rising star that is Billy D. Williams at that time. So are you possibly catching two actors or two performers at similar stages? You might be hard pressed to do that, but just off the top of my head, as I was thinking about this, I think I would love to see. Off the top of my head, I was thinking Janelle Monáe. I just think that she has the charisma to pull something off like that. But even as I'm saying that, who else I could see, and this would be, I think, an opportunity for her to show yet another level of her phenomenal range. Lupita Nyong'o.
I think Janelle Monáe, frankly, is too short. Like, I think this character.
How tall is Diana Ross?
No, but much like Angela Bassett, she seems like she's 5'11", even if she's not.
Okay, but to me, like Janelle Monáe always seems like
she seems like a little firecracker.
Really? I know.
Yeah,
she always looks a little.
I like Lupita Nyong'o because what I was gonna say, I was ready to say about whoever you chose. I always give credit to Diana Ross in Mahogany that she was brave enough to let us see her unadorned. Like, as much as we focus on the latter part of the film, when she's actually Mahogany and she's all dressed up, it's kind of like Dreamgirls, appropriately enough. The end doesn't work. Unless in the beginning she's very kind of threadbare, very plain. And there aren't many actresses that I think can do both sides of that. Lupita Nyong'o is a good, I can see her doing it. And being a brave enough actress.
Oh, absolutely.
To let you see her in this unflattering mode. Like, not to get on my soapbox, that's my Dreamgirls thing. Like, Beyonce is Beyonce from the beginning of the film all the way to the end of the film. Like, there's never actually a transformation.
That's very true.
So, but sure. Lupita Nyong'o in a bunch of pretty outfits in a black love story in Rome. Yeah. All right. I'll sign off on it.
I'll be there.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll be sitting here waiting for it to come on.
Right.
For real. So, all right. Well, I'm surprised and happy that you agree with me.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's it. Very good. Okay.
Put Lupita Nyong'o in some pretty dresses and gowns and having a love story with somebody like who's a pretty black man we gonna get to play get Yahya Abdul-Mateen after he shoots Wonder Man season 2. Which, how about that?
I know you're happy.
Look, yeah.
I know you're happy.
Get one of them. I don't know.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Yeah.
Damus Idris is too young, I think.
Yeah.
Like, to be opposite Lupita.
Yeah.
But yeah, get one of them pretty brothers, put them in one of them suits. Tracy, I'm calling you back to Chicago to help me with my threadbare political campaign. Also to be vaguely homophobic over here with you and these gays in Rome. Even though I'm prettier than everybody in this room.